Done. All right, so the only quest we had in here was this one here to clear, to pick up the stuff. I'm pretty sure we've done everything here. There would be a haven spot in here if we didn't, right? Somebody said, what did I miss? Somebody just wrote a very long multi-paragraph thing about how they didn't like the way I was playing the game. And the thing is that's mostly fine, but then to insinuate that I'm not having fun because I'm not playing it their way was something that had to be addressed. Yeah. I don't think they fundamentally understand that other people can have fun in different ways. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's check this real quick before we go. We need, what is this? Prophet's Laurels? Yeah, I think that's like T2 or something, so we gotta wait for that. I think we're gonna do a hard save, and I think we're gonna progress this stuff. I know, right? 2-6? It is pretty cool. Mm-hmm. No, funny enough, oh yeah, we gotta talk to party members. One of the reasons I realistically picked Rogue is because I wanted to just be able to kind of like be super strong, like do all the combat and encounters, still spec out and control my party, or not control my party, spec out and equip my party and get their AIs and fine-tuned and stuff. But no, man, this is a story run. This primarily is to play the DLCs and stuff. So yeah, I don't need to be spending an extra 5 minutes every single fight micromanaging them through a tactic system that I don't really enjoy because I don't like the control mechanism on it. I just didn't feel the need to do that. Nope.
Need something.
All right, you don't have anything new. We've done all that.
Carry on.
I'm assuming they're not going to hide new options behind old ones.
Does the darkness creep? It is the whisper in the night.
Why am I on hardest difficulty? Because even on hardest difficulty, the way I still wanted the way I play to be a challenge. I mean, I'm having a great time on this difficulty, playing it exactly how I'm playing it. So, yeah. I don't want an easy time. I want a difficult time the way I'm playing it, which is exactly what we're doing.
What's going on?
Why the name Iron Bull?
So, how did you get the name Iron Bull?
I picked it. We don't have names under the queue. Just, I don't know. Job descriptions, I guess. When I came to Orlais, I chose the Iron Bull for myself.
Co, you are not having fun. You clearly didn't read what that guy said. You are clearly miserable. Oh. Well. Damn.
But why specifically Iron Bull?
This may surprise you, but I really like hidden
Well, I thought I was
things.
having fun.
Also, it's the Iron Bull, technically. I like having an article at the front. It makes it sound like I'm not even a person, just a mindless weapon. An implement of destruction. That really works for me.
See you later, Bull.
See ya.
Oh yeah, for the record, I saw somebody tried to tip the mod team and they noticed the tipping stuff is down. We are currently implementing a new tipping system to the mod team. So I would greatly appreciate if you do want to tip the mods to hold on to it for now. And we should hopefully in the next couple to few days be unveiling a new tipping system. And then you can drop them then. Yeah, very much appreciate it, guys. I think we did all this already.
We'll
Cool.
talk
Can you say
later.
anything new to Iron Bull? Ah, Barry said should be complete tomorrow or Thursday. Perfect. Thanks, Barry.
What's going on?
All right, we're totally
See
caught
you
up with
later,
Iron
Bull.
Bull.
See ya. What can I do for you?
See you later, Bull.
See ya.
Ezra, the first time he said in the channel, hope you have fun with this game. DI is such a fun game and even comparable to DAO. Dude, I'm having a great time in this game. I'm thrilled that we're revisiting it. I am very much enjoying it. Appreciate that, buddy. Mithrin Dear Who with the 10 bomb. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yep.
I've been meaning to thank you. There are 100 things that need your attention. You didn't have to take the time to help me, and yet you did.
It was a good cause.
If the history you pursue benefits the Wardens, then it was worth it.
You've proven yourself
Hey,
to
Azrael
be
Kai.
an honorable woman. principled. I've great admiration for you, and I've never been more certain in my decision to join you.
Admiration, eh?
I would never have guessed that you admire me.
Of course I do. You have the world at your feet, myself included.
I don't deserve that sort of reverence.
Modest too. Your list of qualities continues to grow.
Oh my.
Now, we
Good
should
show.
return to our duties before I get too carried away.
What do you think of the Inquisition?
I expected more. More men, better equipment. You may have Andraste's favor, but wars are won by men, soldiers.
It's interesting that you're maining Blackwall but siding with the mages. Blackwall's a warden, not a Templar. Blackwall's kind of, if anything, he's much more neutral than Cassandra. Yeah, I don't think, yeah. Cassandra's the Templar. But I mean, then again, she's also very much wrestling with going against her side, so I don't know, that's not really the best example, but yeah. I don't think Blackwall is anything against mages.
Avoiding war altogether would be ideal.
True enough. Still, it never hurts to be prepared.
Oh, maybe you were getting
One thing
confused.
I will say about
This is
your
not
men,
Cullen.
They're passionate, devoted. You inspire them.
Like, Cullen is
Build
like
on
the
that
Templar
foundation,
Templar.
And you
Yeah.
will have an army that makes nations tremble.
What do you think about all this trouble between the mages and Templars?
Looking at it from where we stand, it seems inevitable. But that could be hindsight. How many of us actually saw it coming? Either way, I don't think the Chantry will ever recover.
The voice acting in this game is great. It is fantastic. It is fantastic.
What do you think of Haven?
It's a war camp that was once a pilgrim's refuge. It's the state of the world, though, isn't it? Holy ground turned into a battlefield. Pity about that temple. Would have been nice to see it.
What do you think of my advisors?
Cullen. He's got the look of a man who's been through too much. He's seen the best and the worst of humanity, and I think he still struggles with where that leaves him. Still, I trust him to watch my back.
Shady Mountaineer, this is the game that I originally found your stream, been watching since 2014. Hell yeah, man. Appreciate it.
What do you think of my advisors?
Leliana seems nice. Also a little frightening, but mostly nice.
Does Leliana frighten you? Has she said anything to you?
No, she hasn't said anything. I'd just rather not offend her. I don't want to wake up with a blade in my kidneys if I can help it.
What do you think of the Inquisition's cause?
Restoring order is a goal I support wholeheartedly. But that's not the end of it, is it? Not by a half. The Lady Seeker believes we are restoring the Chantry. Others say it needs reform. I don't know where you stand on the matter, and I'll admit I haven't made up my mind either.
Interesting.
We should return to our duties.
As you wish. You are, after all, in charge.
Jay Fortner 121 with the 5 gift bomb. Thank you so much for that. And Mithrandir who right before him with the 10. Thank you, friendos. Thank you for the support. Am I missing something, or is the whole Dragon Age Inquisition with all DLCs currently on sale for $6? No, that's exactly what it is, and you are not missing anything.
Passioned breath does the darkness creep.
Was there something
It
you
is the
needed?
whisper in the night. A lie upon your
Why would Templars break away from the Chantry?
The Order believes the Chantry no longer supports their efforts. Not to the extent they should.
What do you think of the people you work with?
Who do you mean?
What do you think of our ambassador?
We have little in common. How she delights in meeting with nobles all day is beyond me. But I enjoy working with her.
How do you like working with Leliana?
The Inquisition would not exist without her. I may not always agree with her methods, but she's more passionate about our cause than anyone. Cassandra may have declared the Inquisition publicly, but Liliana is just as responsible for its formation.
Are you satisfied with the Inquisition's forces?
Our numbers are small, but they suit our needs for the time being. Some Templars have joined us instead of following the Order. They've proven invaluable in training new recruits.
I should let you get back to work.
Was there something you needed?
I should get to know you better. We are working together after all.
What would you like to know?
All right. Where are you from?
What?
I grew up in Ferelden, near Honleath. I was transferred to Kirkwall shortly after the Blight. This is the first I've returned in almost
That was
10
weird.
years.
You haven't seen Ferelden in 10 years. Are you glad to be back?
I was not sorry to leave at the time. I did not expect to return. Now, between the Divine's murder and the breach, I've arrived to find nothing but chaos.
You were in Ferelden during the Blight. Did you fight Darkspawn?
No. I was stationed at Ferelden's Circle Tower. The Circle had troubles of its own. I remained there during the Blight.
What happened at the Circle Tower?
Few who survived the Blight have fond memories of that time. I would prefer not to speak of it.
What was Kirkwall like?
While I was there, Canary occupied and then attacked the city. The Viscount's murder caused political unrest. Relations between mages and Templars fell apart. An apostate blew up the Chantry, and the Knight Commander went mad. Other than that, it was fine.
Hey, cool. Wiz says, I can verify for all wondering, the Xbox Game Pass version of DAOI Game of the Year works fine. I have access to all DLC content and it launches through the EA app, not the Xbox app. I see no issue using mods. Hell yeah, dude. Awesome.
What happened between Kirkwall's mages and Templars?
You were at the Conclave. You must have heard people speak of it.
Yes, but you were there.
There was tension between mages and Templars long before I arrived. Eventually, it reached a breaking point. There was fighting in the streets. Abominations began killing both sides. It was a nightmare.
Trollheim, no problem, dude.
What happened then?
The Templars should have restored order. But Red Lyrium had driven Knight Commander Meredith mad. She threatened to kill Kirkwall's champion, turned on her own men. I'm not sure how far she would have gone. Too far.
So you opposed her?
I stood with the champion against her, in the end. I should have seen through Meredith sooner.
Varric's from Kirkwall. Did you two know each other?
I knew he was friends with the champion of Kirkwall, but little else. We've spoken more since I joined the Inquisition, largely at Varric's insistence. Apparently, I spend too much time with a serious expression on my face, and it's bad for my health.
I'll let you return to your work.
I'm sure you have other matters to attend.
Where is Cassandra?
Cannot stay here. Why not?
Do you need something?
I'd like to get to know you better.
You would?
Is that a problem?
Not entirely. I'm just curious as to your motivation.
Is there any harm in us becoming a little closer?
Plenty.
Is that right?
As you wish. My name is Cassandra
Wow.
Pentegast, daughter of the Royal House of Navarra, 78th in line for the Navarran throne. I joined the Seekers of Truth as a young woman, and was with the Order until they withdrew from the Chantry. I remained as the Divine's right hand, carrying out her order to form the Inquisition. And here we are. That's all there is to know, my lady.
You're a member of Navarra's royal family.
The Pentegasts are a very large clan. Half of Cumberland could say the same.
Really?
No, but it feels that way. I have hundreds of relatives so distant they need charts to prove we're related at all. And they have them. Oh yes. The Pentegasts value their precious blood like it runs with gold.
And you joined the Seekers to get away from that?
It was a life worth getting away from. The Pentegasts are famed for dragon hunting, but few actually pursue the craft. Most are fat and lazy. They pay lip service to the Maker and care only for idle pleasures and past glories. My brother was all that kept me in Navarra. Once he was gone, so was I.
Tell me about your brother.
I would prefer not to speak of Anthony. Another time, perhaps.
Oh, man.
You don't seem to like your homeland much.
My family polluted it for me. What little I saw of my homeland was through the bars of a gilded cage. My uncle treated me like a porcelain doll to be placed on a shelf and dusted only when necessary. Thus, I did not see Navarra, the real Navarra, until much later. By then, I realized I knew it not at all.
Your uncle? What about your parents?
They had the misfortune of taking the wrong side in the second attempt to overthrow King Marcus. The king executed them, but spared my brother and I since we were family, and children at the time. Thus we were raised by my uncle, a mortalitasi who preferred the company of his corpses to the living.
Your uncle was a mortalitasi?
A death mage. He still is. My countrymen do not burn the dead, they bury them in special crypts. The mortalitasi supervise the crypts, like priests. Uncle Vestalis oversees the grand necropolis. Navarrans spend more time honoring dead relatives than they do with living ones. It is odd to be so fascinated with death and its trappings. I will never understand it.
Damn.
So you were the right hand to the divine?
To Divine Justinia, yes. And Divine Beatrix before her, in fact. The position is normally reserved for Templars of the Knights Divine, but my circumstances were unusual.
Unusual how?
You don't know the story? Thank the Maker. I will tell you if you wish, but it isn't as exciting as some drum it up to be. The short version is that I once saved the previous Divine's life. My reward was becoming her right hand.
But what does a right hand do, exactly?
What is your hand capable of? It gives, it takes, it beckons. It makes a fist. Liliana and I extended the Divine's reach beyond the Grand Cathedral. We went where she could not. After Beatrix, I was tired of the position and wanted to return to the Seekers. But Justinia convinced me to stay. Her vision for the future gave me hope.
You thought she could really change things?
Justinian knew the war was coming long before it began. She tried to avert it, but the forces arrayed against her were too strong. Sometimes you have to break a bone so it can be reset. That's where the Inquisition comes in. It was to be the answer.
Damn.
A means to preserve as well as an agent for change. I only wish she had lived to see it.
The story she's telling can be watched as a movie.
So, what's the story about you becoming the right hand?
Sweet Andraste, do you really want to hear that? It was, what, 18, 20 years ago? Some still discuss it like it happened yesterday. The tale gets bigger each time it's told. I barely recognize myself within it now.
I'm sure you're just being modest.
I was there. I think I know what happened. To hear others tell it, I alone saved Divine Beatrix from a horde of dragons sent to assault the Grand Cathedral. Rather impressive for such a young seeker, wouldn't you say?
And the truth is?
I stumbled upon a conspiracy to kill Beatrix. A Templar Knight Commander was at its heart, and there was a dragon battle at the Grand Cathedral, but I had help from loyal mages who rallied to the cause. They freed the dragons from magical control. Without them, the Divine and I would both have died. Yet I became the right hand, and they are forgotten.
You're delightful.
You're delightful. You know that.
No, I do not know that. I object. There is nothing delightful about me.
I beg to differ.
I think I preferred you in the stocks.
I'll let you get back to work.
Oh, sucker, that takes a while. That takes a while. Yeah, I didn't reinforce the entire raft for a good while in Wrath.
When there was no earth, you were the earth. When there was nothing, you were everything.
See me near, for I walk only where you would bid me.
All right, let's talk to anything new here.
Hey, it's you again.
Okay, we're good there.
I'll be back if I need you.
I still can't believe that's Ishtola.
Greetings.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Yeah, dude, Sarah is Ishtola. It took me coming back to this game to even realize it. Like, listen to her.
Sitting and waiting. Great, yeah?
So you apparently have a lot of friends. Tell me about your network.
It's not mine, right? I mean, it is, but it's also everyone. Everyone who wants to shove it to nobles who hide behind gold and silk. And hats, I guess.
Are you just about pranks and revenge, or is there more to it?
Well, it's a weave, right? I grease a ballroom, so a wyvern chasing Git has to hunt spring. Strangely, handmaids leave his vault open. His heirlooms pay off someone else. Maybe clean streets in Kirkwall so
Awesome.
someone gets something else. Pish, pish, pish. A lot of people eventually get help or a laugh. Or maybe someone dead, if they deserve it.
So, who decides who deserves it? You? By what authority?
Look, Dukey cuts the stable boy's finger off for snagging a biscuit. He's eating an arrow for tea. Deserves it. Most times, it's just fun. And embarrassed, the same as dead for some. Anyway, assassin's a bard's job, innit? No fun, that lot. They might plonk a noble, right? But only to raise another. Plus, I'm shy at singing.
We'll talk another time.
It's all good, innit?
Nice. Okay, let's do a check-in with Leliana, and then I think we're good for now. I think I got a requisition to trade in. Okay, real quick. Isn't it, mate? That's right. Oh.
You can't eat a sword, boy. Beans. That's what we need. Beans and bread, and I can keep everyone here fat and happy for as long as it takes.
I want beans and bread.
It seems Blackwall knows nothing about the disappearance of the Grey Wardens. It's a disappointment. I am, however, glad that he is with us, even if he was not what I expected. He seems to be a good man, and his experience will be an asset to the Inquisition. As for the other Wardens, I suppose we will have to keep looking.
Anything I should know?
I've nothing to report at the moment.
I'll leave you to your work.
Yes?
Okay.
I'll leave you to your work.
We're totally caught up with her as well. Do you think people are too hard on Andromeda in this game? Not with Andromeda.
It's just words. People need more than that right now.
I have to admit
They
that
need
like
action.
Andromeda
Look at Mother
Andromeda released is essentially a beta. So not only was it a beta, but it was unfinished. So in Andromeda was a pretty terrible situation, and I think that although there is good stuff in Andromeda, and I'm looking forward to playing it again one day, especially now it's gotten some patches. The release was like almost cyberpunk level, not really quite as much, but it was a cyberpunk style release where the game should not have been put out. So yeah, this game was different. This game is an example of simplification, and also there were some technical issues on release and such. But I think the most kind of, first of all, this game was relatively well liked when it came out. It was by no means like hated when it came out. It was average to good. Not a lot of people were saying it was great, but it was average to good. And this game though contains a lot of really good. It's just there's a lot of average in between those parts. But there's stuff in this game that is really good. It's just, you know, there were some simplification decisions people didn't like, and some of the world clearing mechanics are very generic and very console-y. Not console is not the word. Ubisoft-y. A lot of the open world design is very Ubisoft-y, which is a big change for Dragon Age. And not a lot of people like that, understandably. So, what's interesting is I did hear that one of the reasons they wanted the DLC from Dragon Age Inquisition to kind of shine is they wanted to try to bring back some of the Dragon Age fandom. And from what I understand with Trespasser, like, it worked, which is again one of the reasons I really want to play it. But you know, I think they realized that the kind of more arcadey direction, the more kind of standard adventure game direction they were taking this game, was not something that the Dragon Age fan base is super jazzed about, and I'm really hoping in Dreadwolf that we see some of that kind of pulled back in. I really hope they don't lean into those Ubisoft world clearing mechanics, because honestly, like, sure, there's some people that like those, but they're not generally fans of this type of game. You know, people in these types of games want immersion. They want to feel like they're a part of the world. They want to feel like characters are believable and real. And when you enter a zone and it's like, you need to get 0 of 4 skulls and pick up 22 shards and blah, 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 and find 5 watchtowers. It's just like, man, like this, that turns an immersive experience into a standard video game. And it makes a lot of us just be like, ugh. Is not why I'm playing this game, dude. It's not why I'm playing this game. And I think a lot of people got that feeling when it came out. So I don't mind that kind of stuff if it's done tastefully and it really gives you a lot of lore and things as you're doing it. But the problem is similar to Ubisoft games. A lot of times it doesn't. A lot of times it's just busy work. Nil Flavor said it perfectly. It's busy work content. It's there just to have you do something to make a number go up. And it doesn't really add anything to the world or the immersiveness or the game. So the less of that in an RPG, the better. I don't feel
comfortable letting parts from demons be available for sale.
To be honest, I'm not sure.
If you're gonna put in content, make it meaningful, interesting stuff.
As there is but one God, one life.
Okay, let's do a hard save here. Oop.